All right, next up, let's look at solving exponential equations where you've got exponentials in there with different bases. Like this one, we've got 3 to the 2x plus 1 equals 5 to the x. So what you want to do on these, it's pretty much like the ones before. You want to take the natural log of both sides, then use the power rule to bring those exponents down front. So here we'll do ln of 3 to the 2x plus 1 equals ln of 5 to the x. So this becomes 2x plus 1 whole thing times ln 3 equals x times ln 5. Now there are a few ways you could proceed from here. You could go ahead and evaluate ln 3 and you would get some long decimal that would, ln of 3 would be 0.109, no, 1.0986, blah, blah, blah. You could take that and also do ln of 5, and then this would give you, values for your coefficient here, and this would just be this number. But I don't want to do it that way, because I want to keep it in terms of logs until the very end of the problem. So I'm going to distribute this ln 3 across here. It's going to give me 2 ln 3 of times x plus ln 3. Now, over here, I'm going to put in some parentheses just to emphasize this. This is 2 ln 3 is the coefficient of x there. And on this other side, I'm going to rearrange things as ln 5 times x to emphasize again that ln 5 is the coefficient of x here. Okay, so we got to solve for x. So we want to get all of our x's on one side and all of our non-x terms on the other. So I think what I want to do is move this, I'll move this over to that side, and that way we'll have both the x terms on there. So that's going to leave me with ln 3 over here equals ln 5 times x minus 2 ln 3 times x. All right, let's take this up here. I'm going to factor my x out, so I'll get ln 3 is equal to x times ln 5 minus 2 ln 3. And so x is equal to ln 3 over ln 5 minus 2 ln 3. And if you wanted to, you could take this, plug that straight into your calculator, and get the answer. Let's do that. ln 3 divided by, open parentheses, ln 5 minus 2 ln 3. That gives me negative 1.869, and it keeps going. All right, that's one way you could do it. The other thing you could do is you could take this and rewrite it as x equals ln 3 over this bottom. You could rewrite it as ln of 5 minus ln 9, and then rewrite the whole thing as ln of 3 over ln of 5/9. So both this up here, this and this are both good ways to write the answer in an exact form, and both will give you this for your decimal answer. Now, before I go on, I do want to check this answer. And the way we're going to check it is we're going to take the value we have for x, and we're going to plug it into both sides of the equation. Let's do that. So let's see. I've still got that in there. So again, I'm going to store it into x. And I'm going to do both sides of this individually. I'm going to do 3 raised to the 2x plus 1. And then I'm going to do 5 to the x. And when I do those, notice they both give me the same value. So that's how I can check it and see that my answer is indeed correct. All right, we got one more example like this. Let's look at it. 2 to the 4x equals 7 to the 2x. If you look at this one, you might be able to find the answer immediately. If you don't, you might look at it and immediately say, well, if x were 0, then both sides would give you 2 to the 0, and so both sides would give you 1. So x equals 0 is the solution. But suppose you didn't see that. Then you take the natural log of both sides. And then you get, let's see, bring the 4x out front. And so now what we've got here looks a little strange, or it doesn't look strange, but let's think about something over here just in this cloud. I never can draw clouds that look like nice. But let's say you had something that said 3x equals 5x. You might look at that and say immediately, that's only going to be true when x is 0. And the same thing's going on over here. Well, 4x ln 2 and 2x ln 7. You could rewrite this as x times 4 ln 2 equals x times 2 ln 7. And that would give you same situation that you have over here. But let's keep going, just in case you still didn't see that it's 0. What would happen? Well, you try to get all of your x terms on one side. So you would subtract one of these off. It doesn't matter which. Let's subtract this one over there. So we get 0 on this side equals x times 2 ln 7 minus 4 ln 2 times x. Then you can factor the x out. You get that. And then, of course, you've got x times some constant equals 0, so x has to be 0. All right. Let's see, we got one more type of exponential equation to solve, and we'll do that in the next video.